mass index screening and assessment, free physician's consult, the 14th annual Rotary Central Diabetes Awareness Screening, East End Health Center, Cost You Less West Bay, A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Georgetown, Saturday, November 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The East to West Health Check, a Rotary Central community initiative.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host.
Coming up on Talk Today, it's all about what's going on for older people in Cayman as we observe Older Persons Month. And we'll have some open line. Talk Today is next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden, and thank you for checking in with us. We're halfway through the week and halfway through October. I guess the question is now, will we make it through October without a storm? 2 weeks to go. Will we have a hurricane? It's October. We'll talk some more about that later in the show, though. And, had a day off Monday, but I'm back now back in the hot seat, and feeling a little hotter than usual. So how's everybody doing out there? I was supposed to be talking to a guest about October being Older Persons Month, and that was going to be our focus today. But seems like something has gone awry. So we can go ahead and open up the phone lines. If you want to give me a call, 1-800-534-8255, compliments of Flow, or 949-8037, 949-6990. Or if you want to WhatsApp, then 925-3261. Yes, it's Older Persons Month, the whole of October. Lots of things going on for older persons. What is old today? I remember when I was a kid, gosh, someone 50 years old was probably considered old, and people are living a lot longer these days. So how old do you have to be considered an old person, a senior citizen, an older person? 65, 70? A lot of people out there, in their 70s and still going strong. So are they old? I guess it just depends on your state of mind, right? Well, let's take a look at what I can find here about older Persons Month. They certainly have a lot of things on the October calendar. This is they have a theme for this month: Legacies in Motion, honoring the past, inspiring the future. And we can look to a good number of people in our community, I guess, to inspire us with what they've accomplished, and especially with the resources that they had. But coming up here in Cayman for Older Persons Month, we have on the week of the 16th through the 12th, there's going to be a gala at the Kimpton Seafire Hotel. Yep. I guess you have to register for that. It says registration only. But I guess you can dress up and put on your dancing shoes maybe, huh? And in Cayman Brac on the 18th, there's a seniors talent show at the Aston Ruddy Civic Center. So, dust off your guitar or whatever. Get ready to sing a song or two. And show off your talents at the Aston Ruddy. And on the 20th, there's going to be a seniors talent show at the Harkworld Theater. And you have to register for that also. So maybe I'll go and do something there. I think, I don't know, maybe a comedy act. But, yeah, if you got a talent, you want to show it off. And you got to be a senior. You got to be senior. No juniors. Strictly seniors for this talent show at the Harkwell Theater. And that's going to happen on the 20th, which is next Monday. And karaoke. Now, who doesn't like a good karaoke, right? And this is going to be at the Lion Center, so this must be, they're planning a big show for this one. The 22nd from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Yes, all of these things are early bird because it's seniors. The talent show's at 6. That starts at 6 o'clock on the 20th. And also the karaoke, that starts at 6:30 on the 22nd at the Lions Center. So, you can still get home and get to bed early. It goes from 6:30 to 8:30. So you got to register for that, so you got to sign up. Hopefully we can get some more information on that. And on the 25th, we have the Circle of Love Brunch. I'm sure that's the Circle of Love Women's Ministry. And they do a lot of good work. They very active in the community, taking care of people out there. The Circle of Love Brunch, Triple C Hall. And you have to register for that. A lot of these you have to register for. And Sports Day, Senior Sports Day. Truman Bodden Sports Complex. That's on the 25th. And, the Circle of Love Brunch was on the 25th also, if I didn't mention it. And in Cayman Brac on the 25th, we have at 5:30 a gala. There'll be a few gallons there, a few gallons to drink. We have a gala at the Siemens Center in Cayman Brac, and again, you have to register. Here's an interesting one on the 28th at 12:15, and are we going to be carrying this? Because it says Radio Cayman Talk today. And I guess this will be coming from the Constitution Hall, formerly known as the Town Hall in Georgetown. At Constitution Hall, a panel discussion. Be interesting to find out what's on seniors' minds there. And wrapping up the month on the 29th, a virtual scavenger hunt, a virtual one. Okay. And that's going to be from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Well, it's about 12:31 here on Talk Today. Time for us to take a little break. Be right back.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
If you or your loved one is facing cancer, only Sylvester will stand firmly by your side at every step, from diagnosis through survivorship, providing you and your family peace of mind and assisting with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is South Florida's only NCI-designated cancer center and specializes in treating the most complex cancer cases. Your first-class cancer care is just a flight away. Learn more at sylvester.org.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Well, as I was telling you before, October is Older Persons Month, so today we turned our attention to what is going on in Cayman for us old people. And a lot of activities are in the October calendar, as we went through before. The observance and recognition of our senior citizens is billed as Legacies in Motion, honoring the past, inspiring the future. And joining me now to tell us all about Older Persons Month is social workers Catherine Tyson-Sewell and Maya Dunkley. Ladies, good afternoon. Good to have you here.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having us. So you have a couple of segments today. And so you're being bombarded by the Department of Children and Family Services talking about Older Persons Month. So the next segment, they're going to be talking about the Legacies in Motion, and they're going to be talking to the ambassadors. We're talking about the work that we do every day on the elderly team. So that's what Maya and I are here to do, to just chat about just some misconceptions and inclusivity.
Well, talking about misconceptions, I included myself in that intro. I said us.
Yay!
I said us old people.
Awesome.
So today,
That's
these
great.
days, I was saying before when I was a kid, probably even a 50-year-old person who said, "Oh, they're old."
Right.
So how old is old today?
Okay, so how old is old? So we have very different, almost like groups divided for older people these days. A young old are healthy and active. They're 65 to 74. So that's young old. And the middle old have little health problems and some difficulties. They're 75 to 84. And the oldest old are frail and need care, and they're generally 85 and older. But you can also find in any of those groups where, things are interchangeable as well.
Exceptions
Absolutely.
to the rule, right?
I mean, I know a 93-year-old who can run faster than me. So that's some good bush tea and all them thing that, but yeah, you're right. It's changing, right? And when we were younger, I think we'd never think of a 65-year-old person as being young.
No.
But the way that people are, maintaining their health and they're eating better and, being very mindful, yeah, they're aging differently, which is great.
Yeah. What are some of your encounters in your work that you bring away and you impressions that you stay with you?
Well, again, I work with the elderly population. So again, I see a lot of challenges with the elderly right now, and what I want to see more is that we younger, I guess you would say, generation involve the older people more in. We do more with them instead of kind of leaving them left out, because that's how I'm feeling, that's how I'm seeing, or what I'm seeing is that they're kind of getting left behind, and we want to bring them with us. Yeah. We want to keep them here in the present and show them more and more and more every day. So that's what I'm seeing every day in what I do and what I want to see different.
Yeah. And so one of our topics that we really wanted to talk about today was ageism. And it's a very serious topic. And as Maya was saying, in our daily work that, we do with the elderly population, we see a lot of neglect, we see a lot of abuse, we see a lot of things happening as a result of ageism. So we just really wanted to bring some light. So it's really, kind of it's different types of behavior towards people that are older. It's some disrespect. It can also be discrimination. And so these are like the things that we see. So for instance, we have some examples of aging in everyday life that we encounter. So for instance, pressuring older people to hand over money or property under the guise of helping. We see that a lot. We see a lot of advantage being taken of older people that have lived well, worked well, earned their stuff, and now that they're older, there's no respect for them, and people are, stepping in to take care of their stuff, but yet they're pushing them out. So that's one of the things that we see quite regularly. We also see,
and these people would normally be able to handle their affairs.
Yes.
Majority of them, and you want them to be involved in what they do and what was theirs, what is theirs, know. So we want to involve them. We don't want to just say, hey, you can't handle this, or we want to be able to say, hey, you can. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Is this done though? Really, the motivation by doing that sort of thing is to gain control of those assets?
So we can't say that that's across the board what it is, but in most instances, it is that. We see adult children making choices about housing, health care, finances for older parents without even asking their opinion. And it really is about taking control, because some people are, and sadly to say, some people are sitting and waiting for the older person to pass on to get their stuff. And that in itself is an abuse, for sure. So those are the things that we want to talk about. We want to talk about, assuming that we know what's best for older people instead of involving them in the conversation. If they can make decisions for themselves, and a lot of times they can, then they should be involved.
Yes, and I think sometimes what happens is that the population don't understand what they're doing. It's like, it's just normal. It's just like, I'm trying to take care of them. But in reality, are they really, So it's more of knowledge of what ageism is and what you're doing, that it's not right, or that we should involve them more.
So despite it maybe good intentions.
Correct.
You're kind of undermining the person.
Yep.
Right. You're alienating them, and you're making them feel unimportant. You're making them feel like they're invisible. And even in situations where, our clients are in the early stages of Alzheimer's or dementia, they still need to be treated with respect. We talk about the behavior of an older person that may be experiencing, these diseases as that of a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old. But they're not. They're a grown person, and they've lived a whole life, a full life. They've contributed to their life, they've contributed to society, and they deserve for us to respect them and to handle them with the respect that they deserve. And in that way, we're able to help them preserve what it is that they've brought to us as a people, and respect them until their last days. It's about that dignity for them and just ensuring that they're involved in their life also. So it's not that you're going to eat this is what you're going to eat. What do they like? What you're going to go here. Where do they want to go? Why are we limiting them so much? Just because they no longer can help themselves? That's so unfair. And I think recognizing that all of us, like you just said, you put yourself into it. I'm putting myself into it, and in a few years, if we're blessed with life, we're going to get there. Yeah. And so how would we want to be treated?
Well, keeping older people involved in making decisions about themselves also prevents or keeps off things like dementia, Alzheimer, because
correct.
They're active.
Keep functioning, keep moving.
Yes.
Keep moving. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. With activities as well. I had an example of, we have different activities throughout the month that we, our community development officers run and the community runs. And I sent a client to a couple of them. And at one point she said, I don't want to go to that. I don't like playing bingo. And I love that. Like, that was a learning moment for me as well. So I was like, okay, let me find the things that she likes to do.
Right.
And I did. I found some things for the Cayman Music Festival and the Cayman Arts Festival. She likes that sort of stuff. So it was almost like, wow, here's a person saying, I don't like bingo, so I don't want to be forced to go to bingo. And I just think that we just need to be thinking more about our older people and just, preserving whatever life they have left, that it's a quality as opposed to us making these big rules and this is what they're going to live by. It's not fair, and it's a form of abuse.
Does ageism exist in the workplace in Cayman?
Absolutely. Yeah. People aren't hired for certain things, or people aren't able, they're not considered for certain things because of their age. Things are being said, you're an old fogey, you wouldn't understand. It's a generational thing. Like all these things, laughing at the way someone does things. And, even me at my age, literally, Maya and I are 20 plus years apart, I'm sure more. And, she and I, we sit across from each other, and there are times when she's doing things a young person way and I'm doing things an older person's way. And it's about that respect, I'm learning from the younger ones that they can do things faster and quicker because of how they're doing it. But still, my way is also valid. So I think just having respect, both of us, we exercise that respect for each other. That is necessary throughout the workplace, throughout society, that we continue to respect our older people and their way, because they tilled the land. They got us to where we are right now. We wouldn't even be here, if they didn't do the hard work. So I think really it's about, kind of pushing yourself to be mindful of that.
Yeah, and also, she said in regards to the younger people respecting the older people, they can also teach them. Like, they're going to be willing to want to learn, So definitely teaching them technology, just picking up the phone, how to dial, how to save, just those little things count. So,
So both age groups can learn from each other.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Because the older people have the life experience that the younger person doesn't have.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. Absolutely.
We have to take a little break here, but we'll be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
When you choose Cineco Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cineco? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claims service, always just a call away. And peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing, anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
The Fall Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey is currently being conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office. The Labor Force Survey seeks to collect data on employed and unemployed persons who are not in the labor force. The Quality of Life Survey seeks to gather information on life satisfaction, sense of well-being, financial security, economic outlook, social inclusion, sense of belonging to the local community, and perceived health. Trained interviewers with ID cards will visit randomly selected households. For more details, please call the ESO hotline 516-3329.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and in the studio with me are social workers Maya Dunkley and Catherine Tyson-Sewell, and we're talking about Older Persons Month, which is all month in October. Now, we were talking about ageism, and that's a very negative thing that happens. What can we do about it?
All right. Some of the things that we can do about it, I think we were talking about it before the break also, just in weaving that into some of our discussion. I think one of the most important things is to just be aware of it, be aware of ageism, and recognize that, there may be times that you're actually, doing that. And so being aware of it is the first thing. And incorporating them in your daily life, having respect for sure. And like I said before, recognizing that if we're blessed with life, we might get there. So how would we want to be treated?
Right.
I think Maya wanted to.
And I just wanted to say, you want to show the other generations, younger than us, how we want to be treated. So in order to do that, you should show them how we should treat the older generation, so that it can trickle down and continue that. So I think
to be a role model for your children,
correct,
as to how we treat our elderly.
Yep. Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I remember, and I always talk about this when I was a little girl, I remember having older people in my life all the time, I'm talking about the 70s when I was a little girl, and my grandmother and her sisters and and in church and everywhere, you'd always see older people. Nowadays, older people have changed so much that, grandmothers are 40 years old. 35 years old. So, your grandmother isn't necessarily, with a gray hair, with a bun and glasses, going to church. So I think that it is easy for us to almost like have become desensitized to seeing older people in our lives. But we have to make an effort, even with the schools, just whatever programs that we do, just to incorporate the different generations, so that respect is there. It's an automatic thing that that stage of life, every stage of life is important. I think that is going to be paramount in getting us to change this ageism that occurs every day.
And it's not something that you can really teach in schools and stuff, right? I mean, it's really is a cultural thing.
I think so.
And like you said, being passed on from one generation to the other.
Yeah. Sure. Like where is grandma? Where is grandpa? Where is great grandma, great grandpa during events, during, family gatherings, to just always remember that, even if that means that you have to make provisions for them to be there, provide transportation or whatever it is, to ensure that our children are seeing that. And so it becomes a natural thing. I think we have stepped away from that a lot more. And when you talk about America, a lot of times older people are put into homes, but it's not so much here that's happening. So we need to be a little bit better about making sure that our older people are being, incorporated in our daily lives.
Yeah, they're human. So when you are going out to the shop, tell them to get dressed. Let's go out on the road, Yes. I'm not going to say that I don't want to go anywhere, but sometimes that outing just sparks something in them, and that makes them feel good.
Yes.
So even if it's once out of the month, you take them out. Let them get dressed up. Let them wear that perfume, that nice dress that they have. I mean, I'm quite sure the elderly
feel
love
alive again.
Yes.
Going to the grocery store is the highlight of some of our elderly clients' day. So that could be
to see people there.
Yes, that could be a 1 week activity. Once a week activity. On Thursday, they go to the grocery store. We just feel like we do this every day. So this is Older Person's Month for the world, but for us, Older Person's Month is Older Person's Day. It's every day because we're on the elderly team, and I think just finding these things that we've uncovered being a part of this team has just been amazing. The things that you don't even think about, there's a lot of loneliness with our older person's community.
How much of that, how prevalent is that?
Very prevalent. Very prevalent. They're home. They're by themselves. They're no longer producing for society, so it's very easy to forget them. And we just always have to think, if we're blessed with time, we're going to be there. And so how do we continue to incorporate them in our lives? Go look for them, take them out, do stuff. They still eat. They still want a car drive. I remember my grandmother when I was young. The best thing, we lived in Georgetown, the best thing for her was taking a drive to East End. Oh gosh, that was a highlight. We'd get some cassava cake. We'd do all, fried fish, whatever. That was such an exciting thing.
Just going for a drive.
Yeah, and you know how so much has developed in Cayman that they have not seen. So it's like, what? When did that building get there?
Exactly.
And I remember that day when back in 19 whatever this gas station was here, or the stories that you will hear and see that will stay with you for a lifetime.
I mean, it looks like the King's Roundabout is going to change again. I was saying this morning, just as soon as you learn how to use it.
Just as I learned how to use it.
They're going to change it.
I think. I got to relearn something.
Well, what are some of the consequences, the results that you see in your clients when they're left almost abandoned?
They decline.
They're declining. Yeah. They're declining. Their health is declining. Yep. They then become more of a burden to themselves and to our society and to our government. Believe it or not, the more that they decline in health, the more care that they need. And it's harder also for the family. And I can't believe in the depths of my soul that family members want that decline. I have to believe people are good. And so that means that you can be a part of avoiding that by just being a part of them. Like I remember I took a client out for a drive, and I said, so what do you want to eat? You want some soup? And you know what she said? I want a Wendy's burger. I was like, okay, because I didn't expect it. I was like, good little chicken soup from Kimanians. And she's like, no. I want me a Wendy's burger and fries. And I just thought that was so cute because it's like she wants a burger. And so just a simple burger, like just take them out, just go look for them, just involve them in your life, like incorporate them in your life.
So sometimes this neglect is not necessarily intentional. We get so wrapped up
in our own
in
lives,
our day to day, that we forget to go and check on grandma.
Exactly.
At the end of the day and see if everything's okay over there.
Exactly. But I can tell you one thing, this is a secret. What I've found, even just being on the team, is that when I do go and sit down with a client, sometimes that's a rest. That's me getting off my feet and listening to their stories and being refreshed and being able to like laugh with them and appreciate my own life and start thinking about doing things differently in my life based on their stories. So it actually is like a fountain of information. Yeah. So you could do yourself a favor and not even realize that, during your lunch break, you go look for grandma. Go look for your aunt. Go look for that aunt who used to, you admired, and she used to dress up and she was always like, around, those people, the fun aunt, right? Go see her, and you'll be surprised, like, just what that does for you.
Yeah.
Right. So even if it's selfish, go sit down with your aunt. Go take her somewhere. Go take a piece of cassava cake for her.
You might learn something that you never know before ever.
You'll be surprised. Exactly.
You were talking about respect for older people.
Yes.
Is that just something that comes about because of their age, or are people disrespectful just out of their nature?
That is such a loaded question. Yeah. It's such a loaded question because it's probably a little bit of each. Because you're right. Sometimes we struggle with family members saying, "Well, they didn't do nothing for us." I remember my mother she was never home and she was this and that. And I think what I've had to understand is that as time rolls along, you do have to see people in the space that they're in at that moment. You can't be thinking of your 75 or 80-year-old grandma or mother who did not take care of you when she was 25, 30. Now she is 80 years old. There has to be some level of forgiveness in you to say, you know what? This is who she is right now. What can I do to be a better person than maybe I thought she might have been at her age? Because this is reality. It is true. Yeah. So I think like digging deep in yourself to be the kindest person you can be, to be the best person you can be, will be necessary.
Just looking at them as another human being.
Another human being, yes. Just and like you would give a stranger kindness. Yeah. So why not? Yeah, for sure.
Is there a lot of stereotypical images that younger people have of older persons?
Yes,
of course.
Yes, we were just talking about that, with the whole walker and gray, and they just think that they appear this way, but
they're
that's
slow.
Not how they look. Not all of them.
Smell.
Yes.
They're
miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. But that's not the case.
It's not
at all.
Yes. They're scary sometimes.
That's scary.
They like being by themselves. They don't like being by themselves. They're great conversationalists. They have such great information. Yeah, like you got to check them out. They're amazing. Yes. They really are. Yeah.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before too, I mean, people are doing amazing things these days in their late 70s and 80s.
Yes, for sure. Mm-hmm. They're keeping healthy and they're just living their life to the fullest. I mean, J-Lo, Mariah Carey, they're all like Halle Berry. They're like ladies that are close to 60, and look at them, right? That's what 60 looks like. Come on, So
you got people going back to school.
Yep.
So we got just a little time before we have to go to the news, but what would both of you say to younger people in a nutshell about their relationship with older people? especially in their family?
Well, what I wanted to say is that I just wanted to tell everybody they need to go and get their elderlies. They need to go and spend time with them each and every day if they could. But once a week, go check on them. Just sit for an hour, 30 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I would say that too. I would say that we need to appreciate our past in order for us to even grasp our future and appreciate our presence. And I think that older people just have a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge, and we should just really respect where we've come from in order for us to really build on that, because we're going to blink and we're going to be older.
Yeah.
Maya Dunkley and Catherine Tyson Sewell, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about Older Persons Month.
Thank you so much.
It's 1 o'clock. Let's check in with the newsroom.
Awesome.
Today.
Always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
For Radio Cayman Headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. It's graduation season. Last night it was John Gray High School. Tomorrow, Clifton Hunter High School, starting at 5 p.m. at the campus in Frank Sound. Special awards include the presentation of the Clifton Hunter High School Character Awards, School Builders Awards, and World Class Awards. Organizers say the ceremony will be live streamed on the Education Cayman YouTube channel and other social platforms. According to Reuters, scientists say the world's coral reefs have reached the first climate-driven tipping point, entering an almost irreversible die-off. A report by 160 researchers worldwide found global warming is crossing dangerous thresholds sooner than expected, with average temperatures already at 1.3 to 1.4 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Marine heat waves stressed 84% of the world's reefs to the point of bleaching over the last 2 years, according to the Global Tipping Points report released Monday. At an additional 0.1 degrees Celsius heat increase, the Amazon rainforest risks collapse. The findings come weeks before the COP30 climate summit begins in Brazil next month. According to the BBC, the Trump administration has canceled the visas of at least 6 people for public comments made about the murder of right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, the State Department said the United States has no obligation to host foreigners who wish death on Americans, end quote. It shared screenshots of 6 social media posts, which it said were examples of foreign visa holders welcoming Kirk's death in September and suggested further visa cancellations would follow. The 6 people who had their visas revoked were from Argentina, South Africa, Mexico, Brazil, Germany, and Paraguay, according to the department. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles for Radio Cayman News.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
The coconut industry on the Sister Islands boomed between 1890 to 1915, with annual exports exceeding 1 million per year. In 1906, the industry peaked, with the Sister Islands accounting for the entire export of the Cayman Islands. A coconut disease had previously killed off all of the trees in Grand Cayman. The industry was so successful that the government of the day went as far as to impose a special export duty. However, on Friday the 13th, 1915, a hurricane of unprecedented severity devastated the island of Cayman Brac, rendering most homeless and decimated 98% of the coconut trees on the Brac and 40% of those on Little Cayman. To add insult to injury, the coconut disease that struck Grand Cayman would soon arrive in the Sister Islands. During the 1920s and 1930s, efforts were made to revive the coconut industry, but the efforts were modest and the industry failed to reach its previous level of prosperity.
Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
This hurricane season, don't wait until the last minute. Store before the storm. Stock up now with at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for a 3-day supply. And don't forget pets, the elderly, and nursing mothers. You'll need water for drinking and daily needs. And rest easy knowing the Water Authority is working hard to protect our water systems, keeping pumps, pipelines, and storage secure so you'll have safe, reliable water when you need it most. Be prepared. Store before the storm.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And we continue now with our focus on Older Persons Month. In this segment of Talk Today, we're going to meet the Older Persons Month ambassadors. And in the studio, we have ambassadors Lucille Seymour and also Isaac Gerillo Rankin. And on the phone, we have calling in from Cayman Brac, the Cayman Brac ambassador, Greta Tatum. Hello, Greta. You're there?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
That's nice.
Good to be talking to you. Been a long time I haven't seen you or even talked to you.
That is the truth. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
And
well,
someone else in the studio. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yes, in the studio, I don't know if they had told you who else was going to be on, but we have Miss Lucille Seymour and Mr. Isaac Rankin in here. And today is Mr. Rankin's 91st birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you very well.
Just get a little closer to that. There you go. That should do it. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling very well. I feel better today than I did yesterday. Yes, I'm real happy about that because yesterday I didn't feel too well, but thank God I'm
Today,
up here.
It's your birthday and you're feeling good.
Very good.
I
got up this morning and started to cook my beef.
And that would be Cayman style beef, of course.
Oh yeah, but not like how you get here in George. I don't like that.
You don't like that's like. Yeah, we had a whole discussion about that.
Yeah.
That's more like some kind of pulled meat or something.
Yeah,
that's correct.
But when I cook the beef, I cook it the right way.
And that's a long process, right?
Oh yeah.
How long does it take you to really give us some good Cayman style beef?
Well, I put my pot on 12 o'clock in the night, and I go to bed. 6 o'clock in the morning, I get up, it's all gone, all ready to go.
All right, so you cook it down.
I put it on 12 o'clock.
Right.
And I go and lie down, and I don't come back to that till 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's all ready to go.
And that's how it's done.
Not today.
They did a little bit here too, and in West Bay, but East End was the quadrille place. So I'm hoping that, and what was interesting, just about a few months ago, I happened to have seen him teach some of the UCCI youngsters.
That's fantastic.
It was just incredible to see an older person with younger people, that intergenerational thing that we're accustomed to when we grew up. Older persons taught us a lot of things.
But that's what we touched on in the other segment, that, the generations can learn from each other. Older people can learn some of the technology, but the older people have the life experience to pass on.
In today's world, in particular in Cayman, it's almost like the youth was here. I mean, in terms of the young people had the experience more than the older people. I can understand technology. Well, I mean, this aspect of technology, because everything else from the Goodingsburg press was technology to now 500 years ago.
Well, maybe we should say high tech.
That's right, high tech.
Digital.
And it happened in our time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
Well, that's the amazing thing. So much has happened in our time.
Exactly.
We've seen so much change, right? Greta, how do you think about that?
Well, I'm in the age group that I learned a lot when I was a teenager or a youngster as well. I think what Miss Lucille is saying is just about correct, but somehow the digital high tech or whatever, to me, is either it's good in some areas and then it's bad in some areas, and I find that the young people are more pulled towards that and not books, or general speaking about some listening to me or some other older folk about or years past and how the Cayman Islands was. I hope the children will understand that books. That's where I learned a lot. My my education was studying on my own and reading.
Books are still a thing.
Books.
Yes. Let me ask each of you. I mean, in our last segment there, we were talking about older people in Cayman. Let me ask you about your experience of growing old in Cayman. What?
Well, I'll bow to Mr. Gerald.
What would you say it's been like for you to grow old in Cayman?
Well, I have to say that when I was a young man, a very young boy, I do a lot of fishing with my dad, and from there I used to go to the Muscata Keys. I leave from there and I went to Mr. Buddy Banks in West Bay. I was there 12 years. And on my way there, Southwell called me. I was gone 1954. And I was with Southwell.
I was 1 year old.
I was with
how old were you when you went with Southwell?
18 years old. And I was with them 33 years. Been a long time, but I've been all over the world.
Yeah.
I've been to Japan 9 times at least. In all different places of the world that I've been. I enjoyed, but I didn't like Japan because I was paying too much money for $1 was $360 to $1 American. And I did that my first trip to Japan, and I drive $100 US, so you can imagine. I had to get a suitcase to carry the money.
That's a lot.
No, but it was so much. I had so much money left, and I gave it to the Japanese when I was leaving.
You couldn't spend it any other way.
No, I couldn't spend that one. So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the trip, but then from there, I come home and spend time with my families. They were all happy to have me back home, and I was glad to get there too, because whenever I get home, was always ready to go to sea again, especially go to the Mosquito Keys or go out fishing. And when I was young, when I used to come back from the sea, I used to walk the north side like 3 times a week to look for my girlfriend.
Aye. So, you must have loved her a lot.
That's, I tell you. And I had seen everything in the world that I could see on that road going to the north side. Duppies. They throw me in the pond, ride my bicycle, after I learn how to ride bicycle. And I get stick joke up in my nose.
Oi.
One afternoon, one evening about around 6 o'clock, I see a lady going up in front of me, walking, and I try to catch her, When I get halfway to the north side, she turn up on the same road where I go to stop now to get water. When I went up, when I get there, I say, "You're not going to frighten me. I see where you went." I went up there and I searched around, I couldn't find her. I almost went down the railway to get the water. But I couldn't find her, so I leave and come back. And you went north side, I was telling people about it. They say, "You're stupid. That was a lady that died there, and you were trying to catch her." That was something, I tell you.
But as you became an elderly man, right? Did you feel like you still had the respect of the younger people around you? Did you?
Yes, I did, because a lot of the children was, some of them had good manners, but some of them, like all the rest of them, had no respect people. So then I used to sit down and talk to some of them a lot, but some wouldn't listen because they think that they were bigger men than I was. But I still talk to them. And I was so generous. Anything I had, I used to share with them, I love to share anything I got.
Well, that's part of the culture, right? Caring and sharing.
Sharing, yeah. Yes. Sometimes I go fishing, I come back and I give you a piece of fish and take a piece home. I was so, everybody loves me, man. Anything they wanted, they come to me. If I got $1 and they wanted it, I give them. I've been to every school here in this grant came out to the government. And they would give the children 15 minutes to me, for me to learn them how to do nets, how to do...
That's a fishing net, no?
Fish, yeah. Do the making the bracelets. And I told them, I said, I'm going to have to stop and come back. You can't drink water in 15 minutes. No, but 15 minutes for a class, you can't learn children like that.
Yeah.
Man. So I was upset about them things, man.
You need some real time to pass
on.
To
pass on to those people, but you couldn't tell them nothing. So in East End, I started learning them how to dance quadrille. But they say, well, too long, they couldn't take that. You can't see. They dance now 2 figures in quadrille, and there's 6 figures in quadrille.
So, time, back in the day, people had time, right?
Right.
But it seems like everybody's in a rush now.
Everybody in a rush. I tell you. But I enjoyed it, though, but they didn't want to listen to me, so I told I'd give up.
Aye. So we've just been joined by a gentleman here. Just bring that mic up here, and you can put on your headphones if you like. And if you would please introduce yourself.
Yes. My name is Calvin Duncan. I'm a social worker with the Department of Children and Family Services.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us here. I mean, we're doing a round with these lovely people, and let me ask Greta Tatum and Cameron Brack, who's on the phone. What was it like? What was it like for you to become considered an older person in Cayman?
As an older person in Cayman? You mean ambassador?
Well, as I was asking for people's experience, and as they grew older, what was their experience in the community?
Yes, thank you. Yes, for me it was simple, yet humble, yet inspiring and hard. You know, growing up as a child in those days, we didn't have much, but we learned to grow together and work together, and we had to be respectful to the elderly and our parents, you know. And I thank God for Sunday school, church. I thank God for the teachers I had in the primary schools, because they were super people, lovely teachers. They cared for us. They guided us. And today, as I sit here talking with you all, I am reminiscing of growing up. It is really the most important thing in my life was growing up. And now that I'm older, I realize that everything that they taught me is right now in my future, in my present, you know. So growing up in the Cayman Islands, it's been a wonderful experience for me. And now that I'm in my 70s, I am more thankful and I'm joyful. I'm at peace. I don't have anything to worry about because I have Christ in my life, and that's the most important thing.
And do you feel that younger people have the respect for their elders that you had for your elders at that age when you were young?
I have been working with children just about all my life, even my mother raised 7 children after me. And I have found that respect is fairly well was fairly well in my days and very good then. And I do find it fairly well here in the BRAC. I haven't met too many kids that are disrespectful to me because I worked in this school for many years, and I found that they were very respectful. There's very few that's not respectful, and they're the ones that fall by the way. So I can't say anything disrespectful of the children either, because it's for us, the older people, in order for the younger people to respect us, that we must remember we must respect them too.
That's right.
Miss Lucille, how do you view the reaction from younger people to older people?
And in my day growing up, it was a pleasure to be with older persons. As a matter of fact, they were your teachers. They weren't your teachers in school, but they were your teachers in your community. And we didn't have a law to protect our older persons. Today, we have a law. We have to make a law now to guide, protect, empower our older people. Interesting, eh? From that point of view, 80 years ago to where I am now, we just had to respect our elders. They came first. They were the umzes. They were the sage people. They were the people who taught you everything, in addition to your teachers. But today, that age friendliness has to be governed by a law. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That we have to put a law in place to look after old people. So it didn't come up as part of a community development.
There's a disconnect
It's a
somewhere along the line.
complete disconnect. And I am afraid that I may get in trouble here this evening, because I do believe that for us to change and coming from where I came from, it all depends on who had you. And if I can be a little more sophisticated, it all depends on your parents.
Yeah.
And you know that, Charles.
Yeah.
If you don't really have parents that's going to bring you up, not wealthy, but with a good character, and to integrate with people of all kinds, and to be a human, a great human, you're not going to have the experience that we had. Even you, as young as you are, you had a lovely family. I know your family very well. I knew your family very well. And to me, that's the most important thing that Cayman can do, is to help our young parents, not model us or our family, our parents, but help us to have those principles that we had. We were a country with very little education. You remember that? We were a country with very little wealth. But what did we have? We had something that you can't buy. And until we change, this is the government and the people that come here understand where we're coming from, we are not going to be any different.
Yeah, the family ties were much tighter in previous generations than what we see in Cayman now.
Yes, but it's the child the child. I know the Bible said the child is the father of the man, but that's not exactly what it meant. That's when you get older, you become the dad. You become the supervisor of your old father. That's what it meant. But now the child now is the one that calls the shots and say no, yes, no, yes. Of course, I will not. And those are, and then our systems of community and education need to work hand in hand with the family as well. You know that. I grew up with that. Mr. Gerlo grew up with that. Let's go back to what it was. Let's go back. We go back and we bring those things forward. And that's what I'd say today. But this handsome young man is right by me here. And
I'm going to turn my attention to him now. And my memory's not what it used to be. Sorry, what's your name again?
Yes, sir. Again, my name is Calvin, and I would also like to thank you for your patience. Oftentimes, as social workers, we're in between having the opportunity to attend events where we're uplifting the elderly. We also need to deal with emergency situations as well. Of
course. And Calvin, tell us what the whole idea of this ambassador program that we're talking, where we have 3 ambassadors here. What's the idea behind that for this month?
Okay. Basically, the idea behind the ambassador program is for us to have those who have done greatness in the community throughout their lives. And these 2 persons here sitting with me are exemplary of that. So,
and then we have Greta Tatum on the phone.
We have the lady on the phone.
Correct.
And she's from Cayman Brac.
From the Cayman Brac as well.
Don't omit her.
Yes. Of course, not omitting her as well. Yeah. So they are able to champion the cause for us as role models, if you will, in leading us throughout the Older Person Month.
So if I could help Mr. Calvin, so that he does justice to the social services. Sorry, I come from the old school, right? It was really the Children and Family Services that created this. Mm-hmm. They saw the need for, when it was the UN celebrating older person, only one day they celebrated the International Day of Older Persons. But the people in Children and Family Services under Miss Jen and Miss Deanna Locloy decided, oh no, let us give Cayman a big sweep understand. Let's all understand what it is with older persons. And here we are today because of them. And then what is so good that the Children and Family Services continued it. They have continued it despite all the other things. What, if I may be a little bit brave and bold, what has bothered me about all of this is that, like how we pick up Christmas, or we pick up Easter, or we pick up Thanksgiving, or we pick up all those other flowery things and celebrate them, we really have not picked up celebrating older persons as a country. It has been the government and only Children and Family Services. But now it's, because we have a law now, we are going to make it a little more compulsory, if I may say that with small words, for us to honor the people that have gone before.
So what you would like to see is that this is not just something from the government, but
of course
something
not.
that everyday people in the community is recognizing.
It's changed a little bit. You'll find now in some of the banks they're having little cocktail things, and in some of the other places they're having, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
We have to take a little break here, but we'll be right back.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami, and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply, and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Reading is a match that lights the flame of imagination, innovation, curiosity, ambition. Register today for the inaugural free-to-the-public literacy conference, the Life Conference 2025, Saturday, November 1st, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Kimpton Seafire Resort, 7 Mile Beach. The theme, Early Childhood, Strong Start, Strong Future. Keynote speaker, Dr. Dan Worry, founder of the Early Childhood Policy Solutions. Register now. Go to lifeconference.ky. Life. Literacy is for everyone. Supported by Rotary Central, Cayman Islands.
We are now in the hurricane season, and to survive a hurricane, you need to be informed. If you have been informed by official sources that a hurricane is approaching the Cayman Islands, and you live in a low-lying area that is prone to flooding or near the beaches, which may be swept by high tides or storm waves, please seek a safe place and high ground. If the only way for you to get to a safe place is a road that is also likely to be flooded during a storm, please leave home early. Don't run the risk of being stranded. This has been a public service announcement from your community station, Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today, and I'm talking with the ambassadors for Older Persons Month, Lucille Seymour, Isaac Gerillo Rankin, who's 91 years today, 91 years old. Can you believe that? Yes. and as sharp as a tack, yes. Right? And on the telephone from Cayman Brac, we have Greta Tatum, and also here from the Department of Social Services is Calvin Duncan. And Calvin, how did you go about selecting these three people? I mean, was there a panel, or how did you do that?
Well, we allowed the public to send in nominations, and then from there, we did have a board where we all reviewed and made a decision from there.
So, Ms. Lucille, there you go. I mean, they're getting the public involved in this.
Very good.
That's a good step towards
definitely.
what you're talking about.
Yes, of course.
So, if we can, get people active in this sort of thing, then they'll be recognizing it more, like in workplaces and generally in the community. Yeah. How do you all see today's generation when you look and see what they're doing? What comes to your mind, Mr. Rankin?
I would say that what comes to my mind, because
just get a little closer to the mic for me. Yeah.
What comes to my mind is the kids of today. They don't have the upcoming, like how we people when we was younger, and sit down and listen to older people telling this or that, the other. But another thing, when I was a young man, I would sit down and listen, which I have to sit down and listen to you, because if I speak, I know what will happen with me. We have to have respect for other people. So by that, I learned a lot. I know when I was a young man, my dad used to do a lot of knitting, turtle nets, a seine, a goggler net, a sprat net, a turtle trap nets, and all that. I learned a lot. So after I went away, I started to knitting hammock to sell those boys on the boat. So from 1954, I knit a hammock. Gave it to one of my friends on board. A couple of weeks ago, he asked me if I remember the net. I said, oh, yeah. And say, he still got it, if I can fix it. I said, oh, yes, I don't care. If you cut it in two, I can still fix it back.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I started to make those nets. Now I make the big hammocks. I make the small hammock for the kids or for the kitchen. You put your onions, and when you hang them up, all the air pass through, so it lasts longer. You understand? And now, like when they're having the Pirates Week, I always do my strand. I knit the little small hammock. I sell them. I do my plaiting, but I don't make the basket. I just do the plaiting. They buy the plaiting from me. And I was very thankful to be, with those people that would always take my. In the Pirates Week, I was there for 40 years, along with those people, a long time. And I have done everything I could do for them people and
to pass on the knowledge.
Pass on the knowledge to them. But I spell it doing the thatching on the houses, Because before time, when I was young, we never had no sink. We had to do thatch for the house top. They were more cooler than what they're sink and shingle is now.
Let me get Greta in on the line here. What's your reaction to the younger generation today?
My reaction to the younger generation today is, I guess, to encourage them, I see that some of the younger people are more inclined to get into the new age style of living, and it's like they don't attend church very much, and it's like they listen to some of this funky music that I think they got the earphones on all the time, and things like that. I'm wondering, too, I know I have grandchildren, and I know they love music. So do I, because I was raised up with musical families on both sides, my mother and father. But we listen to good music, and we watch good movies too, and the type of movies and stuff that I hear that they're watching, it's not good for them. Moral decline will follow them if they continue in that path. So I would encourage the young people that they should, if we could get older folks together, like not once a year, but maybe some program in the community that the older people, and it could be could teach the younger young people, and that they could come in and learn, because wisdom is not too, we don't have too much wisdom in the young people these days. We have a lot of wisdom in the older folks, and a lot of the older folks are dying, and the wisdom is taken to the graveyard, and I would like to see something like that happen, that this little platform that we could encourage the older folks to, more or less, if they're able, to get out there and get involved with the schools and so forth, that they can, bring this situation to a head and not be left behind, because the young people are very modern, and sometimes they may decline or the way that we think or teach.
And Miss Lucille, when you see young people today, what runs through your mind?
Well, my job is a little harder, and it is me. It is my job to really try and help them to move on. Now, I can't help them to gain more knowledge. That I can only give them what I have, because things are changing so fast. But one of the things that I know and I try to do is that I try to move them in directions to be able to be more resilient, to be go-getters, to have good manners, to want to be a part of this. Because remember now, when I was working in government in 1985, I was introduced to technology. I had to teach it to somebody. But at the end, today, they know it. They know it all, the young people.
Think they know it.
What is interesting here is that nobody is going to take away a job from them. You remember they used to tell the old people, you better go home because you're taking away my job? Now no one is. The jobs that came in 35 years ago are sometimes no longer existing. So that is the change that they have to make that we didn't have to make. You see? And I can understand young people where they are. We are far more knowledgeable, if you think, because first of all, we were forced to read. We had to read, learn to read, and read every book that we could find. They're not forced to read. They're forced to use social media. Social media is half and half. You're not even sure what is truth. What is good truth, or they would call it, right? But at the end of the day, whilst we purport older persons, we have to get them together intergenerationally. I must be wherever older people are, younger people must be, so that we can grow, all of us can grow. Remember, the Bible says the child will be the father of the man. Now, the child cannot be the father of the man if there is no connection with that person. Yep. And this is what we have to do. And whilst we're doing things for older people and we're doing things for young people, we must have them intermix all the time. I am telling you, you know how I learn to do computers and stuff? I go to young people, and I go, especially a school child, I say, how you do this? So, you can't do that, Mom? Of course, they got to put you down, but then they'll help you. Right? So, what we know, like our culture and our history that has been good for us, we have to impart it in them. And so we need the two together. And I'm sure Calvin, in his as a social worker, he will tell you that when you go into family homes, he said a better family that has a mix and togetherness. And that is what we have to have, Chalo, that we have to have older people. We have to have that family we had before. You remember that family? Your grandmother lived in the house. Your aunt lived in your house. Your uncle was just outside in one house or the other. And that is what we need to come back to in a more sophisticated way.
In the previous segment, we were talking about that whole breakdown, and that sometimes it's not intentional that the younger person is not paying enough attention to the older person. But they're so busy trying to keep up, trying to earn a living, trying to get someplace on time.
And that's true.
And at the end of the day, they get home and they're tuckered out. And they just don't have enough time in the day to maybe run over and check on that older person.
But if the family were closer, like how we grew up, it would be different. It would certainly be different. But from the time, and please forgive me for saying what I'm going to say, from the time we sent them to the United States and all over the world to university, when they came back, they wanted their own quarters, their own rental place. So we allowed them to create debt, and then we allowed them to move away from the family, the nucleus of the family. All of us are to blame for whatever is happening to young people.
We have to take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman wishes to inform the community that the Delano Hislop 5K, 10K, walk, run, and 15K and 25K cycle has been rescheduled to March 29th, 2026. Stay tuned for more information on all of the Lions Club events. And reminder to get your Lions Club Benzorama tickets and help support all of the Lions Club of Grand Cayman initiatives. Drawing for this year's Mercedes-Benz C200 takes place November 8th at the Mango Tree. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, proudly serving the community for over 50 years.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from October 13 to 18 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
When you choose Cineco Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cineco? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claim service, always just a call away. And peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing, anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Christmas is coming,
and so is the Christmas breeze. Stay tuned to 105.3 and 91.9 FM and don't miss the Christmas breeze.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And we're talking about Older Persons Month. And we have the ambassadors for Older Persons Month with us. And also here from the social services is Calvin Duncan. And Calvin, you said you wanted to add on to what we were talking about just before we went to the break.
Yes, I wanted to just add on with regards to our ambassadors. I feel they touched onto it perfectly with regards to the new generation. Technology is a big part of it because with technology, it's ever changing. And I feel that can be, one, a good or a bad thing depending on how it's used with regards to our young persons. Because, for example, it can be used for good and it can be used for bad as well. If you indulge in it too much, it can affect how we socialize as people, as Ms. Lucia was mentioning before. Not to mention we have AI that is fast growing currently, which we also have the scare of losing certain jobs because AI may take over that, which this is something that the younger generation is going to have to face as well. So I know that's something that is continually affecting them.
And AI, you don't know what to believe when you see something on social media anymore, right?
Exactly, because it's very easy for them to take a video of myself or you and have us saying something that we have never said before.
Yeah.
But surely the data that we read, if you read, you see, if you don't read other things and only look at social media, you can be confused. But if you're a person who read history or philosopher, whatever it is, AI can stumble you a little bit. But then you can go back to those hard books and say, hey, that's not so. So you got to get yourself immersed in understanding what book learning is, according to my mother. You got to, you know. But AI may have its issues, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be something worthwhile.
Well, it's not going away.
I would love, if I were still a teacher, in my young days, what I know of AI, I would have liked to have had AI in my class to work with my students. I think I would get the best out of them. I think so.
I would say it's a great benefit, but I would also say to what Ms. Greta was saying, we don't want to lose that wisdom. You don't want it to be a dependence.
No, and that's why you have options. That's why you make them read the Bible. You continue to let them read books. And you also bring the technology, because we have to do that. Now, we are transferring from books to technology. Where are their books? What have they immersed themselves in to understand about all those other things? But if AI, if they can do it well, you can use AI to garner a lot of knowledge. If it's done well, I said. I'm not going into that because I'm not.
That's a whole different
I'm not
realm.
Good at those things.
What are some of the things that are going on for the rest of October about Older Persons Month?
Yes, this week we actually have additional events coming up. On the 18th, we'll be having the gala, which will be hosted at Kempton Seafire.
And what's that going to be like?
That will be great food as well as a great time on the dance floor.
And you select the king and queen of the event, and I'm sure Mr. Gerlo is going to be there.
So you got to put on your dancing shoes.
Exactly.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can still dance.
Come a little closer.
I can still dance.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, don't forget that.
So you're going to be at the Kempton? You're an ambassador. You got to be, I guess.
If the Lord says so, I will be there.
Yeah. Quadrille? Any quadrille at the Kempton?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You should really Caymanize the Kimpton with some quadrille.
Some steps will be there.
That would be good if I had Brian along with me. He got his people so I could dance along with him.
What else is going on?
On the 18th in the BRAC, we also have the Seniors Talent Show, which will be taking place at the Ashton Ruddy Civic Center. On the 20th, there will also be a talent show taking place here in Grand Cayman at the Harquail.
That's something.
That's always an amazing show. I can tell you that from experience. The 21st, we also have the Wisdom and Wellness session taking place at the Public Library in Cayman BRAC. The 22nd, we have another radio information session, which will take place.
Now, what goes on at the Wisdom and Wellness, is it?
Yes, Wisdom and Wellness session.
What happens at that?
I believe that is an info session.
Okay.
That will be hosted by our colleagues over in the BRAC.
All right.
Yeah, so that'll touch base a bit on different things regarding health.
And what else is on the calendar?
Okay. We also have on the 22nd will be the karaoke taking place at the Lions Center. And that will be here, of course.
So people have to sign up for that, I guess?
Yes, a lot of these, for example, karaoke and the talent show as well as the gala are registration only. Also, on the 25th, we do have a Circle of Love brunch, which will be at Triple C Hall. That is also registration, so you will need to register to attend. And then we have the Sports Day taking place on the 25th
Sports
as well.
Day.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Now. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That will be at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex.
So, what? Running, walking? I guess mostly walking.
With cane, too. They run with cane.
Yes. It will
and
be
they go on there.
Go
They
ahead.
do well.
It will be a myriad of different events.
Okay.
Also, we have a gala taking place in Cayman BRAC as well on the 25th. And that will be at Siemens Center, registration only as well. And on the 26th is when we'll have the church service at Baptist Church in Cayman BRAC. On the 28th, we have another panel discussion taking place at Constitution Hall. And that will be, of course, in Grand Cayman. And we have on the 29th a virtual scavenger hunt, which is registration only.
Yeah, a virtual scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
So is that digital or
So basically, it will take place on something similar to a Zoom, and then you will be doing a scavenger hunt around your house, if you will.
Okay, so you'll be looking for household items and
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
All right, we only got about 2 minutes left here before we have to go to the news. Any pearls of wisdom to pass on to any young people who may be listening?
Well, I think that we are moving more towards being more intergenerational. And because I noticed that NPOs and organizations are bringing young people. And I think that there's a, I went yesterday, I'll do this quickly, I was talking to a group of young people. And after I finished, first thing I do, I always announce how old I am. So they can't believe that this 81-year-old woman is sitting in front of them. And afterwards they come and they hug me and they kiss me and they squeeze my arm. And I said, that is so nice.
Mm.
Yes, they do that. All the schools, all the young people do that. They'll come and kiss you and they'll touch you in your hair. As if to say, are you real?
Greta, what would you say to young people?
Oh, well, I would tell them to be themselves. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't follow the models on TV. Sometimes they're so fake that if you follow them, you'll fall off the cliff.
Yep.
So they need to be themselves, and they need to be kind. They need to be loving and forgiving, and they also need to be helpful, especially in the home. I noticed that some of the kids are perhaps want to do home chores anymore, but it teaches you a lot. And I'm so happy to see that the children are getting a quality education. And I encourage them to further their education. They need that, and they need wisdom. They need to like what Miss Lucy was saying, like get together with the older folks, and if the older folks are to consider and actually get with the young people and encourage the young people, because it's us, the older folks. We're on top of the mountain, and we're going to fall down one day and rest. But we need to encourage the young people to stand up, have some backbone, be committed to our country, and take care of themselves and the laws, obey the law of the country, and may God bless the young people and the Cayman Islands, and thank you all.
And Mr. Rankin, one little bit of wisdom for young people, what would you say?
Well, I would ask the young people of today to try and do the best they can in everything they try to do, because these days that they got older people, especially those older ones that use drugs and so forth like that, enticing them to follow them and do everything that is not right. So I ask you, ask the good Lord to guide them so that they can not hook up along with those.
Well, folks, it was a pleasure to have you here in the studio and on the phone from Cayman Brac. And you all have a great afternoon.
Yes,
Thank you very
And
much. Thank you.
Radio Cayman's coverage of Parliament is beginning right now. If you would like to catch that, you can hear it on Breeze FM 105.3. So the parliamentary coverage is beginning right now. And we're going to break away and go to the newsroom.
We are Radio Cayman,
covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your headline news, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Gender Affairs Unit will hold the 25th Annual Silent Witness March tomorrow afternoon to honor victims of domestic abuse and bullying. The public is invited to join the march, taking place at 3 p.m. at the Government Administration Building, before walking to Constitution Hall at 3:30 p.m. Interested participants are asked to wear purple if able. The Cayman Islands Crisis Center, Business and Professional Women's Club, and Family Resource Center are partnering with the Gender Affairs Unit on the event. Organizers will hold a short ceremony at Constitution Hall after the march, where refreshments will be available. According to the Associated Press, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell signaled Tuesday that the central bank will likely cut interest rates twice more this year, as a sharp slowdown in hiring poses a growing risk to the U.S. economy. Mr. Powell told the National Association of Business Economics in Philadelphia, the outlook for employment and inflation has not changed much since the Fed reduced rates for the first time in September. Mr. Powell said the Fed is more worried about the job market than inflation. Tariffs have lifted inflation to 2.9%. But there are no broader inflationary pressures outside the duties. According to Reuters, a Peruvian judge rejected a request today to bar former President Dina Boluarte from leaving the country while prosecutors investigate allegations that she abandoned her job post for a nose job and committed money laundering. Congress ousted the former president last week after she left office with approval ratings between 2% and 4%. Prosecutors say she underwent rhinoplasty surgery in 2023 without informing Congress and appointed health officials who were linked to her procedure. She also faces accusations of collecting money from a criminal group and corruption charges over luxury Rolex watches. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today, and I'd like to remind you once again that if you want to hear our coverage of Parliament, which is taking place right now, you can catch that on Breeze FM 105.3. You can hear the parliamentary procedures going on right here in Georgetown now. And if you were listening when we had our other guest on in the last segment, one of the things that is on the calendar of events for the Older Persons Month during October is a Seniors Sports Day. Yep. We're going to bring out all the athletes for Seniors Day. And here to tell us more about that, we have Redver Ebanks, who is the acting assistant director of the Department of Sport. We have Chester Hurlston, head swim coach, and Joanna Manderson, assistant coach. Folks, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Now, I was quite surprised to see a sports day on this Older Persons Month calendar.
Yeah, I mean, it's a month here, so.
What kind of events are you have lined up?
Well, let's go back to last year. It was an awesome sports day last year, so we can continue this year with the same thing. But for the events, it's going to be nothing too like the Olympics, but you want to keep things simple.
No high jumps or pole vault.
Definitely no high jumps or pole vault. But I think we're going to have a little bit of running, short distance, whatever, nothing that they can, or exert themselves. We're going to have throw in, catch in, maybe use some egg, spoon, just simple things, but they're moving just to get them moving. So nothing like the Olympic or major sports day, but there's some fun games.
And a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, how do people get involved in this? I don't know who wants to take that.
Well, we from the Department of Sports, we kind of have all of the areas covered already. In terms of if someone wanted to sign up to be a part of it, then they could contact the Department of Sports at 949-7082 or our email.
sports@gov.ky.
Yes, sports@gov.ky. Yes.
So you've already recruited people
yes,
to
we've
be
gone out to community
involved
officers, so they're aware. We're gonna send them the flyers and registration forms in the little packets as well, so that people can reach out to their community officer and get that information, registration, get it to us. They can also reach out to DCFS. So we're in collaboration with them this year. So they are also helping with the registration process and enrollments.
So, from your last experience, is there any problem actually getting people involved in this? Or?
No,
we had a big turnout last year and the year previous, so we're expecting a larger number this year.
Yeah. What kind of numbers are you talking about? Like
last year, I think it was almost 200. So this year we bumped it up a little bit more just in anticipation for it.
So 200 senior athletes.
Yep, different age groups. Yes.
Yeah, so we go from, it's not just for the active members of that community, also for sedentary levels, moderate. We have something for everyone.
Tell us a little bit more about that, about the events.
From the events list, because I'm not part of that part of the logistics, but from the list that I've seen, you have the 40-meter walk, 100-meter walk, 200-meter walk. Yes. You have some balancing challenges where they can stand on one foot or balance the egg, as Coach Chester said. So we have a bunch of activities. We have beanbag toss.
Yeah.
We even have dominoes this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that can be quite competitive.
So did you have any debate about dominoes being a sport?
For the Caribbean, yes, you know how it is Caribbean. That can be in Olympics, but no, we want to make sure that each individual that is coming out that there can be a part of, even if they're on a wheelchair, or whatever, they can be a part of doing something.
To do something, be active.
Yeah, and the most important thing is the atmosphere. They might see old friends they never see in a different district. To get them out and being in an open environment, fun, talking, games, laughing, music, food. So, we're just trying to get them like, hey, you don't have to really sit down at home and hear about stuff on the radio. This is going to be our day to get out and enjoy and, shake a leg, as they say. So, yes.
Yeah.
Now, as part of your greater program in the department, is there an active outreach to older people?
We do. I want to give a shout out to Mita Day. She's definitely one of the main persons that really go out there in the community, and for our Department of Sports that hosts a lot of, I guess, older people.
Older person fitness or young at heart fitness.
Yeah. To keep them active, they might, either they go to each district and set up something at the civic, what we call it again? The centers over there, the civic centers. And, just get them out there and get them to move. Maybe music, maybe just, to do a little bit of aerobics here and there. But we're just trying to get them moving because most time they don't really get to exercise much.
Yeah. How important is that?
Let me go. So for me, my grandmother's still alive. And for all the people that get alive, their mobility to get less moving and stuff. So for us, we're trying to keep, if you're still walking, you're still getting out there, you're still, we want to keep that active because once you lose the mobility of, your muscles and stuff, it becomes harder to move as you get up in age. So if we find the young at heart, the senior is still moving, we want to keep that going because that's the most important thing, to keep them alive going by moving, not just eating good and sitting down, but you have to, strengthen your muscles and stretch your limbs.
So, I mean, at any age, I guess, being active in some way is good for your body.
Yes, it is, definitely. Mentally and physically, as you say. Yes. And I think, what would you call a senior? What age would you start from? What do you think?
Well, we had a discussion on that, and apparently now it's all categorized as young old, and medium old, and I guess old.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, traditionally, I guess in your 60s that you start to say
retirement. Yeah.
I
would say that age.
I think that was the young old. Somewhere
young,
65 or something.
For sure, because you're still active. You still got a lot of life.
And we do have a lot of seniors out there, young at heart. People are moving, but we want to keep them moving because once they, start to sit down and probably just not do as much, we want to keep that moving because it is a very important role for them to stay alive. Because once you slow down, you get older, it's hard to really, to keep that body moving. So yes, so it's very important.
So, what time of day is this going to take place?
So the event starts at 5:30 in the evening, and it should finish around 8:30.
Depends on the seniors.
Yeah. We also have registration, which is going to be 4:30 to 5:30.
Yes.
Okay. So they're not actually registered as yet.
Yes. So we have ongoing registration now, but on the day of the event, we put aside an hour for anyone who heard about it late or didn't get access to a registration form.
Yes.
And the actual date of that is, again?
Saturday, 25th. October 25th.
It's a Saturday.
Yes.
So all the family of people participating should have no excuse for not coming out and supporting them.
They can come out and support.
Yeah. And for persons who don't have family members who can bring them, we are providing a shuttle service in the districts starting at 3:30.
So
that'll be to and from the venue.
Do they have to contact you? to make arrangements?
No. We will have the shuttle at those districts, and if they wish to attend, they have a 20-minute window to arrive in that location on the bus before they leave to the venue.
Yes.
So when you had this last year, after the whole event, what kind of feedback did you get from the participants?
Well, on the night of, we thought that a lot of people would have leave early because of, they want to get home and sleep and rest. A lot of them want to stay out and dance. The music was a thing, the food was a thing, and they want to chit-chat. A lot of them stayed back and enjoyed the atmosphere because, it's outside, it's under the stars and stuff. So from when we saw that, we know we have to come good this year to entertain them because they were very happy to get outside and move. And they didn't want to leave. I think all 9:30, they were all right, taking the time to want to get back. But it was a great night last.
Well, I got to take a break. When we come back, you can tell us what you have planned from that aspect of things.
Okay.
Be right back.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CG Britke. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and in this segment we're hearing about the Seniors Sports Day, which is going to happen on the 25th, is it? Yeah, 25th of this month. That's a Saturday. It's all happening at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. And just before we went to the break, you said that after the events, nobody wanted to go home.
Nope.
And they were ready to be entertained, so you had to come good this time.
Yes.
So what do you have planned for after the sports?
Well, for sure, it's all about the music, playing their type of music that they like. So we're going to have a DJ there.
Golden oldies.
Yes, the golden oldies. So we're going to have, probably the DJ that playing their favorite songs. We're going to have, local Caymanian food that they can indulge in. We're going to have virgin drinks that they can indulge in. Like we say, right, we say we can have dominoes, we can have games, we can have even some of the different ministers might come out and show their face so they can socialize. But it's just more about having fun for them. And once they start to move and then they know that they're in a good environment area.
So they're dancing and all.
Yep, dancing, definitely dancing, yes. So we're definitely going to have great music for them to keep them.
Yeah, the sports day actually becomes a social event. You mentioned that this was an opportunity for them to see old friends and stuff that they don't normally get. Elaborate on that. Tell us.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like when you're in high school or in the working world, you retire and one of your friends moves away to Florida or somewhere, and they come back and you don't even know. And then you go to an event like this, and there they are. So, you get to rekindle, friendships and get to catch up with people that you haven't seen in a while. A lot of people who live in West Bay don't go to East End, and the East Enders don't come to town. And
that's true. And
eventually you all end up in the scene. So like, hey, how you doing? And then that sparks a whole lot of different conversations.
That's true.
So, I mean, the benefits of this is on many levels.
Yeah, longevity. Let me say, most important thing is your mental health and your physical health. Once they're, feel like they're loving and caring, and then the community is there for them, I think it helps them live a little bit longer. Like, hey, I'm still here for a reason, I still got family love me, I still got friends, probably co-workers and stuff. So, we got to show them that we love them, that we're here just because you're tired or you're, just sitting home. That, I just look at older people as they're like a Bible. You have to read them. You have to keep on reading them, make them talk to you. And you get so much from them in understanding, like, geez, I just love sitting down and talk to them. So I really showing that we appreciate them. And this is what we're giving back, as a Department of Sports and the government, that, hey, we want to give something back to you so you can enjoy.
You think a lot of people in your age, your generation, they miss that point that you were just talking about, what can be gained from just talking to an older person?
Sure.
Yes.
I feel a lot of younger people get so caught up in their busy lives that they forget that we're all going to get that age at some point, and these are living history books that we have access to.
Definitely.
Right? We don't want them to be forgotten, because when we get to that age, we wouldn't want to be forgotten. Right?
Yep. And I guess that's the most important thing for them, that we're here. We love them. Like, any person that I just see that they're older, hey, good morning, shake a hand. Just having a conversation with them open up a whole different, just mind-blowing of a conversation. And they want to talk. So anybody that's there that's listening, that you're a young person or, whatever, talk to the older people. Just say hi. And from that hi can go into a great conversation with them. And that can lead to more as, hey, who your mom is, who your dad is, who your cousin is. And then it's all downhill from there in a good way.
Mr. Eubanks, do you find that a lot of younger people, they miss the importance of communicating with
of course,
the older generation?
Of course. They don't realize that older persons can give them the playbook, give them the answers to the tests that of this life that we live in. Like, they're the persons who you should be going to obviously, other than God, like, should be going to navigate this life. Like, there's things that, you become a dad for the first time or a mom for the first time.
True.
These are the people who you should be, communicating with to find out what steps do I take next.
I remember I saw a quote one time that says, you don't get old being a fool.
Right. Experience, mistakes, but it's just all about, we still are just learning from them, because they know a lot. I have a neighbor, and call his name, but he's 82, and I just can't wait to get home and they'll be like, hey, neighbor, what's going on? And we talk, and just open up a lot of good conversations. But yeah, it's great to talk to them.
So we still have a little time here, but in case anyone has not signed up for this or they want to get involved, do you need volunteers for this?
We do. I think our acting director is vetting the volunteer list at the moment, but we are still procuring volunteers. We have members of DCFS plus DOS staff that are going to be organizing and participating in the event that'll be there to help things run smoothly. If you do wish to volunteer and help, if you're not coming with an older person, reach out to us as well. The email again is sports@gov.ky or 949-7082. I'm sure we can have some space to put someone in.
What kind of things do you need help with?
Well, definitely.
We
stocking the drinks up. They're like what's it called again?
The Ensure.
The Ensure. They love them. So we got to make sure we keep them on ice, keep the refreshments going, keep the food serving good. Just making sure that we are tending to them. So whatever need that they need, hey, you need this, we assist them. Hey, you need help, something. So even last year we had, little massages and stuff for them people if they want to get a little massage and a little, check their blood pressure. Is just a variety of different things that they can come out there, not just the sports part and the social, but they can, get checkup too. So definitely anybody coming, we find a spot to put them in that they can help.
So you need people just to be there, just to lend a hand.
Yeah, just lend a hand. Someone might get tired, you can step up, or they might even see someone that they didn't see in a long time, be like, hey, and you go from there. But yeah, and the volunteers, you can definitely contact us, and we would definitely appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah. And lend a hand and serve the Ensure.
Yeah, like that one. Definitely.
And what about participating? You say that's kind of covered, but suppose someone has not signed up and they want to get out there and show how athletic they are.
No one get left behind. On the day of, you can still register. If you forget, we still making sure. Because even last year, a lot of people had forgot to register, which is, okay. Mm-hmm. But we make sure that they're in that event, that they can do something, that they can, get out there and move. So no one get left behind. Once you out there, we're going to find events to put you in if you want to do it.
Okay. So it's going to happen on the 25th. Give us the vital details again.
So that's Saturday, the 25th of October. Shuttle services in the districts. I'll verify the locations, some of them. So shuttle service at 3:30. So in West Bay, it's going to be at the John Gray Memorial. In Savannah, it's at Savannah United. At the government building in Georgetown. And trying to get it at Moritz for the Eastern districts. And then we're starting at 5:30. Hopefully to end at 8:30.
Hopefully.
And then we have day of registration from 4:30 to 5:30.
So they have to be at those places if they want the ride.
Yes, if they need the shuttle, and that's to and from the venue.
Okay, and how soon? You I think you mentioned it before. There's a sort of lead time there.
Yes, from 3:30 we're trying to get them to leave from those locations at latest at 4. So 3:30 to 3:50 to get there.
Already be there.
Should already be there on the bus.
All three of you, what do you take away from the experience of doing this? Well,
I enjoy myself. I love watching them have fun.
It's memories for me. It's conversations for me. Definitely conversations. If I see a new face, just introduce myself. So the conversations go a long way. As in, let me say who your mom is, who your dad is. Just start to ask questions, and you may meet a family member there. So definitely conversations for me.
For me, it's a lot of fun, and I feel a lot of joy too when I'm doing it. Last year, the era that I was in, you get to see them have so much fun, and they're laughing with their friends and enjoying themselves. So that's what it's about, providing that service for them and watching them have fun.
Yeah. Well, that's great that you can feel so rewarding to be able to participate in this and manage this and put this on for the seniors.
Definitely. And just for the open public out there, once again, if you know anyone that's up there, young at heart, or seniors, just ask them if they want to take part. If they do want to take part, invite them out, because it's all about socialing too. So, don't be afraid to ask, the older people, hey, let's get out on this date, and see a friend that you never seen before. So we're looking forward to see them.
Well, folks, thank you for coming in and telling us all about Senior Sports Day on the 25th at Truman-Bodden Sports Complex.
Thank you.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
one.
having us. You too.
Well, that's it for Talk Today. And tomorrow we have a special broadcast. We're going to be coming to you live from the Credit Union. So be sure to join us tomorrow at 12:20 for our coverage down at the Credit Union. Thank you for checking in. I'm Charles Glidden. Have a great afternoon.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Sarah, won't you be my only lover? Sarah, we will always be together. Tomorrow I won't be around, by morning I'll be gone. Far away from you, I know you'll be feeling blue. Just think of me and the thoughts will comfort you. I don't want to leave your side, not even for a while. Sarah, won't you be my only lover? Oh, tonight, Sarah, we will always be together. If I could make time stand still, tonight would have no end. The waiting would be over. We'll never have to leave again. We'll be together, living in a world of love. Our hearts would beat as one forever in sweet, sweet love. Sarah, won't you be my only lover? Oh, tonight, Sarah, we will always be together. But there comes a time in life when you've got to make sacrifice. And if love is wrong, there's nothing can go wrong. You and I together, forever making love, sharing romantic times and looking at the stars above. Sarah, won't you be my only lover? Oh, tonight, Sarah, we will always be together. Tomorrow I won't be around, by morning I'll be gone. Far away from you, I know you'll be feeling blue. Just think of me and the thoughts will comfort you. Don't wanna leave your side, not even for a while. Sarah, won't you be my only lover? Oh, tonight, Sarah,
Sarah. That one right there, Sarah from the MOJ.
Sarah.
This is the PM show right here on Radio K-Man. So to say a pleasant good afternoon to you.
Red wine, you make me feel so fine. You keep me rocking all of the time. Red wine, you make me feel so grand. I feel $1 million when you're just in my hand. Red wine, you make me feel so sad. Anytime I see you go, it make me feel bad. Red wine, you make me feel so fine. Monkey packing music on the sweet hip line. Red wine, you give me whole heap of zing, make me do my own thing. Red wine, you really know how to love. You're kind of loving like a blessing from above. Red wine, I love you right from the start. Right from the start, with all of my heart. Red wine in a 80s style. Red wine in a modern beat style. Yeah. Give me a little time, let me clear up my mind. Give me a little time, let me clear up my mind. Give me red wine, the kind, let me feel fine. Let me feel fine all of the time. Red wine, it make me feel so fine. Monkey packing music on the sweet depth line. The line broke, the monkey get choked. Bun bad ganja pan him little rubber bow. Red wine, I'm gonna hold on to you, cause I know you love truth. Red wine, I'm gonna love it till I die, and that's no